Well, Quan Martin impresses everybody at the Washington Commanders minicamp a couple of weeks ago. We're going to talk about it right now. And welcome back to another video here on the Washington Football Maniacs YouTube channel. My name is Greg. I am your host to this nice podcast. This podcast, of course, is dedicated to news and commentary for the Washington Commanders. If you're down with that, please make sure that you have subscribed to this channel. And when you do, also make sure you hit that notification bell so you won't miss any other video releases. Before we get into this podcast, I want to talk about saving you money. And all of us, especially those with families like myself, we're always looking for ways to save some money. Well, my partner here at Mint Mobile, they have found a great way to save you money without sacrificing. If any of you out there are like me, you know that you have to follow a very strict budget each month. You want to be able to sit back, watch Netflix, or you want to be able to go out to dinner every now and then, but you just feel like you can't really do any of that stuff because you're so busy trying to stretch that dollar. Well, my partner here at Mint Mobile, they want to help you with that. They want to save you a lot of money and give you the same service, the same quality service as what you get from big cell phone companies. That's why I am so intrigued by Mint Mobile, who this video is in partnership with. They offer premium quality cell phone coverage for as low as $15 a month. I could get all of the high-speed data, the unlimited data, unlimited talk and text, all of that stuff for a fraction of the cost. And let me tell you, it was so easy getting started. I was able to switch over my phone to Mint Mobile service in less than 15 minutes. How did I do it? I used their eSIM card, and that allowed me to get up and running in no time. But never fear for those of you who have a phone that don't come with any of those eSIM doohickeys. Just get in touch with Mint Mobile and they'll send you a SIM card, a physical SIM card, for absolutely free. There absolutely is no sacrifice to switch into Mint Mobile. In fact, you're probably sacrificing more if you don't. Switch to Mint Mobile today. The link is down in the description below. It is trymintmobile.com/maniacs. Get started today on saving a ton of money. Now that said, let's get back to this wonderful video. You know, the Washington Commanders secondary has been targeted quite a bit in recent years, whether it's because of lack of talent or lack of the ability to be able to really understand the system, or just a lack of the system being effective enough to go against these wide receivers of today. The secondary, there's a lot of question marks. Our number one draft pick, or should say our first round draft pick, Emmanuel Forbes, didn't really have that great of a rookie season. And so there's a lot of question marks out for him. But this one guy who has really impressed us, he's impressed a lot of people in training camp, and or I should say in minicamp, and I want to see how he does in training camp and beyond. He's eyeing a significant role. Of course, we're talking about Quan Martin. And I felt last year Quan Martin played pretty well when he got in there. And I want to see him have a little bit more playing time. And it looks like he might actually have it because he has really impressed everybody. Washington Commanders safety Quan Martin standing out. With the Washington Commanders, they wrapped up, of course, their minicamp. This says last week. There's actually, it's been about a couple of weeks ago at this point. So, yes, I'm late to the party, right? The next step is development of the team will come with training camp beginning in late July. We now know that the rookies will report on July 18th, while the veterans will get a little bit more time before reporting back to the Commanders on the 23rd. One of those veterans will be coming back looking to keep his spot at the top of the safety group for the Washington Commanders. Of course, is Quan Martin, as he was clearly a standout player from the minicamp period, according to Sam Fortier of the Washington Post, when he appeared on the Locked On Commanders podcast. Sam says if we're talking safeties, they have three young ones in Percy Butler, Derek Forrest, and Quan Martin. I think Quan is very clearly the leader in the clubhouse. They're there to have a significant role. Quan Martin, the safety, obviously, he had the highlight pick during camp, but I would say I think we knew Jeremy Chin, considering that he turned down more money to go elsewhere. He's on a 1 year deal, and he talked about it being a fit in this defense. I think everybody knew new faces on the defense that are going to pop are going to be, of course, linebacker Bobby Wagner, Jeremy Chin, and Frankie Louvu. But I thought to myself, okay, if we're talking safeties, they have three young ones in Percy Butler, Derek Forrest, and Quan Martin. And I think Quan is very clearly the leader in the clubhouse. He goes on to say, I just think that he's going to be a guy that move around, and I think he's going to cause some havoc. In Quan Martin's rookie season, after being a second-round draft pick by the Washington last April, Martin played in 16 of the team's 17 games, started 5, and came away with 2 interceptions and a sack. It was at safety he showed his most promise as an NFL player, and the new coaching staff, led by Dan Quinn, evidently saw the same thing, as it appears that where Martin will fit in with the new style of play he and defense coordinator Joe Witt Jr. are bringing over from the Dallas Cowboys. And, of course, this is from our buddy David Harrison over at Locked On. And I'm telling you, those are some really good names, in my opinion, when you're looking at safeties. Along with Jeremy Chin, of course. You got Percy Butler. I'm a big fan of Derek Forrest. I know Brandon, my co-host, is not as big on Forrest as I am, but I liked Forrest. I think Percy Butler. Percy, I think, is probably turned into a pretty good, special teams guy, but he's gotten in there. But Quan Martin, I've been really impressed with. And I felt that he should have probably started more than just 5 games last year. So, of course, he's working hard right now to get a significant role, a lot more playing time. And I think he will. This looks like a very stacked safety, a group of safeties. Guys you're going to be able to rotate in and out. And, of course, all these guys are going to be coming back for their second, third years and things like that. And then, of course, Jeremy Chin coming in for the first time this year. But that secondary, in my opinion, has really gotten significantly better as far as the safety positions. Corner positions, still question mark. What's going to happen? Of course, we drafted a guy. We drafted a first rounder last year of whom a lot of people felt we reached for. And then you also got guys like Benjamin St. Juste, who, is he going to be someone who sticks around for the long haul? What's he going to look like in a new defense? What are any of these guys going to look like in a new defense? I love hearing this, especially when it's a second rounder. Because in my opinion, first rounders, of course, if you're not starting, you should have significant playing time. Second rounders, you should definitely be having a significant playing time. Maybe you're not a starter, but you're going to be involved in a heavy rotation. Around the third and fourth rounds is when you start to see guys who have the potential of becoming longtime starters and great players, but maybe they need to ride the bench for a little bit, learn a little bit more, get more acclimated to the NFL game. So, in my opinion, those first 4 rounds, especially the first 2 rounds, you need some people who can contribute heavily to you. And I know a lot of people kept saying halfway through last season, where's Quan Martin? Why are they not putting Quan Martin in there? And when I felt like when he finally got a chance to get in there, he played pretty well. So it's nice to hear that he is really standing out. He's making his presence known in minicamp, as it should be. I can't wait to see. Hopefully he carries this on into training camp and he's able to show people what he can do once the season starts. People, I am really excited. I always say this, Brandon and I always say we're really excited about this coming season, but it's a brand new day in Washington land, and Quan Martin, man, let's do it. Let's ball out. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, give it a share. And with that said, I will see you in the next one.